Yes, students, now we are going to start our second unit, that is the microprocessor architecture 8086. In the first unit, we have seen the general microprocessor based personal computer system. Then we have discussed about the Harvard and von Neumann or the Princeton architecture. We have studied about the 8085 basic microprocessor architecture and 8088 architecture, and we have seen the differences also. I have today posted the difference between 8085 and 8088 microprocessor in the group. And now we are going to discuss 8086 microprocessor. Now you have got the idea about the microprocessor, that what is a microprocessor, what is the job of microprocessor, how it works. So now 8086 is the advanced version of 8085 microprocessor. It is a 16-bit microprocessor. It means that it can interact with 16-bit devices. Its data bus is of 16 bits, so it can read or write 16 bits data to the memory and to the IO ports at a time. It has a 20 bits address bus, so the addressable memory is 2 raised to 20, which is equal to 1024 KB, that is 1 MB. It can support up to 64 IO ports. It has 16 bits registers, general purpose registers, segment registers. It supports memory segmentation. Its features are very much similar to 8088 microprocessor. The difference between the two is that 8088 is the 8-bit microprocessor, whereas 8086 is 16-bit microprocessor. This is the basic difference. It has also multiplexed address and data bus, 20 bits address and data bus. Then it requires single phase clock with 33% duty cycle, which provides the internal timing. So it can have three frequencies, 3 megahertz, then near about 5 megahertz, and then 10 megahertz. It prefetches, its instruction prefetch queue is of 6 bytes. It can call 6 bytes of the instructions. It has two modes of working operation, that is the minimum mode and maximum mode. Now let us see what is the 8086 microprocessor architecture. The architecture has been divided into two parts, that is bus interface unit and the execution unit. Just same is that we have studied in 8088 microprocessor. Now you can see diagram on the screen. This is upper unit is bus interface unit and the lower unit is the execution unit. So execution, first of all we will see bus interface unit. So bus interacts with the memory as well as the IO. From memory interface, from memory it reads the instruction opcode. From memory it reads some data which can be operated using instruction, on which the operations can be performed. Then what happens, because it supports the memory segmentation. Memory segmentation means the 1 MB memory which is addressed by the 8086 microprocessor is divided into 4 segments, that is the core segment CS, extra segment ES, DS means data segment, and SS means tag segment. So these segments have different, these are all logical segments, and microprocessor stores different kind of data in these segments. What happens, because the data bus is of 16 bits but the address is of 20 bits, therefore the physical address calculation is performed by the 8086 microprocessor. Now how this physical address calculation is performed, in the architecture you can see there are, these are extra segment, code segment, stack segment and data segment register. So what happens, what I have told you, that the memory is segmented logically. So the segment's address, starting address of the logical segment is held by this extra segment, code segment, stack segment and data segment. So 16 bits registers are there, therefore these segment registers, they hold the 16 bits segment address. But what happens, our physical memory address is of 20 bits. Now the registers like instruction pointer or stack pointer, base pointer, source index and DI, destination index, they act like the offset registers. So what happens, for example, if the code segment address is to be generated where the instructions are normally stored by the microprocessor, so this physical address of 20 bits address of the code segment is generated using IP, that is instruction pointer, and CS. What happens, the segment address is shifted by 4 bits and it is added with the offset, and total 20 bits address is generated. So we will see what logic is used. Therefore you can see this sigma is for that purpose, for calculation of the physical memory address. This operation we will see further on. So first of all let us discuss the architecture. So now आपको इतना समझ में आ गया होगा कि मेमोरी एड्रेस 20 बिट्स का होता है, उसको जनरेट करने के लिए सेगमेंट एड्रेस एंड ऑफसेट एड्रेस का शिफ्टिंग एंड देन एडिशन होता है. दैट्स ऑल. सो इट जनरेट्स 20 बिट्स फिजिकल मेमोरी एड्रेस. देन other than this, in the bus interface unit you can see the 6 byte instruction queue. 1 2 3 4 5 6 bytes instruction queue. So 6 bytes can be prefetched from the memory or IO. Then this, in the bus interface unit, the another part is the control system. Now these instructions are decoded and the information is sent to the control system, and control system sends proper information to different parts of the microprocessor. Now we will see the execution unit, that is the AX register, BX register, CX register, DS register. Now AX register, it contains two parts, lower byte and higher byte. AL is lower byte of AX, AH is higher byte of AX, and combinedly AH and AL known as AX register. AX register is of 16 bits, but AH register is of 8 bit, AL register is of 8 bits. Similar is with the BH BL register, CH CL register, DH DL register. So combinedly these register known as AX register, that is accumulator, BX register used for data handling, CH register used for CX register used for as a counter normally, and DX register used to hold the data. These are all 16 bits register, but individually accessed as 8 bit register also. Other than these, we have stack pointer, base pointer, source index and destination index register. They are of 16 bits. Stack index is used to determine the address of the stack segment. Base point, source index, destination index is used whenever data is read or copied to the memory, or base pointer whenever data is required more data, then base pointer is used. Other parts of the execution unit are the arithmetic logic unit. Arithmetic logic unit's concept is similar in this microprocessor also, just like as in 8085 or 8086. All the arithmetical and logical calculations are being performed in the arithmetical logical unit. It has supportive register, that is the temporary register and the flags. So 8086 contains 9 flags. These 9 flags are set or reset according to the ALU operation and its result. So in detail you can see the execution unit. All that I have explained it to you The main features of the execution unit are the decoding of instruction, see control system. 2. The arithmetic logical unit, you can see the signal and you can have a bus. So it decodes the instruction and the instruction is executed in the execution. So how it executes, it has got some sequence. Execution units extract instructions from the queue, instruction queue, then decodes the instruction and generates the operands if it is required. Then these operands are passed to BIU and request to perform read write on memory or IO to perform the operation specified by the instruction on operands. The bus interface unit we have seen. Now the another important feature of the 8086 is its pipeline architecture. See how the pipeline architecture is there. See, as the instruction queue prefetches the data opcode, then the previous instruction is decoded in the EU and the operations on the decoded data and instruction is being performed. That is, the execution of the instruction is being performed while the fetching of the next byte from the memory for the of the instruction. So the fetching of the instruction and the execution of the instruction is being performed parallelly. In this way, a pipeline is formed in the 8086 microprocessor. Now